Looks to come inside and find one, a goal and find the back of the net for Perth.
And the Azzurri have come back from 2 goals down to tie it up.
Cue the celebrations for the Azzurri.
Yeah, welcome to the Perth SC podcast, episode 10 for 2025. We're certainly getting through them this year on the Perth SC podcast. Of course, big thanks, as always, to Lydia Fiore and the team at the Panorama Club, Perth's premier private members club and luxury workspace, and also Camera House in Leederville, the go-to destination for Leederville and the wider Perth creative community, providing expert advice and a comprehensive range of photography and video equipment. Plenty to sift through. Blaine Treadgold is my name. Plenty of great guests coming up. David Ninkovich is going to jump on with us, NPL men's captain. He's going to join us following that disappointing loss, wasn't it, for the senior men on Saturday afternoon. Only the first loss for the season, so not all doom and gloom, but they'll be looking to turn things around, and they will be up against it. Don't doubt about that when they take on the ladder-leading Bayswater City. That'll be happening Friday night, so maybe tonight by the time you get around to listening to this. That is happening at Dorrien Gardens, 7 p.m. We'll preview that a little bit more as we get through the show. And also, we'll see if we can get someone on from the NPLW camp. It's been a bit of a fragmented week. It's been a bit of a messy week for the girls. Of course, they were set to play in that replayed fixture against Balcatta on Wednesday night, but due to some issues with ground availability and some lighting issues, I understand it, that match has been abandoned. It was abandoned prior to the start of play. So we'll see if we can check in with the girls a little bit later on and see what's going on, just see how they're getting on this week. As I said, a little bit here and there as far as the girls go. Right, a few bits and bobs coming out of the club this week. Some news, but particularly some events. And would love to get you along to the Perth Soccer Club monthly dinner. For $60, you can get a 2-course meal, sweets all thanks to the Sherbet Bake Shop. It is all happening on Friday, the 6th of June. Full bar facilities as well. Great vibe down here at Dorrien Gardens. Whenever we have our Perth Soccer Club monthly dinner, you can book now by calling 9328 2474 or simply email secretary@perthsc.com.au. Get along to that and, of course, keep supporting the mighty Perth Soccer Club. Also, would love to get you onto this. This is a special day each and every year on Saturday the 28th of June. Dorrien Gardens will turn, from Azzurri blue to hot pink, and it's all for a good cause in support of the Breast Cancer Care WA charity there. So you can join us for a fundraising lunch prior to cheering on our NPLW girls as they get set to take on Perth Red Star. That is $110 per head. That includes a 3-course meal, a glass of sparkling on arrival. You get entry, of course, and a bit of a donation on your behalf to Breast Cancer Care WA. So a great cause. Get along there. I know this is one that particularly the ladies like to get around and support fellow ladies that are going through maybe a little bit of a tough time in that department. So, get down there and, as I said, for more information, give the office a call during business hours, 9328 2474 to book your table for those 2 fantastic events. Right, let's chat a little bit of football. Let's go all the way back to last Friday night, in fact. It was our Azzurri girls. They took on First Division side in AFC Perth, or Perth AFC, I should say. That was the Women's State Cup fixture. So Tom Glavovich, he used this opportunity to rotate the side a little bit. So once again, Dale Schroeder started in goal in a back 4 of April Nossent, Kim McCartney and Matilda Boehm. Yana Garcia was elevated to the senior side. So great to see some of these youngsters coming through. Daisy McAllister, Hannah Collins and Maya Archibald, they made up their spots in the midfield with Jess Flannery, Ruby Marshall and Sam Mathers once again leading the line. And it was a bit of a flying start for Perth as Ruby Marshall opened the scoring inside the first quarter of an hour before Jess Flannery doubled that advantage on 33 minutes. And they were cruising for a period there. So Tom Glavovich decided to spin the changes a little bit after half time. Of course, Ella Lincoln, who spent the first half on the bench, she came into the fold alongside Sophie Rennie, Macy McCready and Grace Warburton were all introduced. And, Warburton provided a bit of an instant impact by scoring her first senior goal in the Cup competition just a minute after entering the field. And that made it 3-0 to the Azzurri girls. And with the game seemingly signed, sealed and delivered, Tom Glavovich opted to give Stacey Cavill some minutes, in fact. So she replaced Dale Schroeder between the sticks prior to defender Matilda Bowen putting a bit of a cherry on the cake with a fourth goal to see the Azzurri march on to the next round. So big congratulations to Tom Glavovich and Fernando Barrero and the side for getting through that. And on to the third round. Of course, this is a competition that the Perth girls won last year, so they'll be very, very keen to defend their WA State Cup title. So looking forward to seeing how they match on in the upcoming fixtures in that competition. For our senior men, well, not so much of a great weekend it was for our senior men as they went down to Armadale. A few changes for Kenny Lowe's side. Mark Birighitti took his place between the sticks once again, and with Curtis Mogg still out with injury, Sam Ryak had to slot into that centre half position alongside the youngster in Luca Herninger. Julian Kelly took up his spot at left back and Josh Keller again on the right. Michael Scarfetta returned to the starting lineup with Abdul Osman, David Ninkovich and Jamie McNellis out there on the right. And, it would be Ethan Banks once again to partner Gordon Perkins in attack. Well, following a little bit of a slow start by both sides, it took a big save by Mark Birighitti to deny Armadale's Josh Willis. That was a free kick that was delivered by former Azzurri player in Luke Collins. However, a bit of a calamity at the back, it must be said. They presented the 2024 Golden Boot winner in Peter Jacobs with a bit of a gift, and anyone who knows Peter Jacobs well just knows that he's going to put those away 11 times out of 10. So a little bit of a gift there when Birighitti kind of slipped with the ball at his feet inside that 6-yard box, and that was a back pass there from Luca Herninger. So unfortunate there to see Perth go behind 1-0, but with the boys having to chase the game, a bit of a brighter start in the second half as a quickly taken free kick from Abdul Osman. It was quick thinking, and it allowed a quick shot from David Ninkovich. It was a bit too hot to handle for Armadale keeper in Seb Medeka, and Gordon Perkins once again with his scoring boots on pounced on the loose ball to square things up at 1-1, but it would be that man again in Jacobs who would finish over the top of Birighitti to give Armadale a 2-1 win down there at Alfred Skeet Reserve and resign the Azzurri to their first loss of 2025. So, as I mentioned, just the first loss. Not panic stations, but a little bit disappointing nonetheless because it would have been a game they went into, dare I say it, thinking they could walk away with a big 3 points on the road. So, but not to be on this occasion. So a few results across the league on the weekend. Sorrento, they got over the top of Floreat with a 1-0 win. Perth Red Star accounted for Stirling. Olympic Kingsway survived a scare with a 3-3 result against Balcatta. Perth Glory drew 1-1 with Bayswater, and Western Knights beat Fremantle 3-2 down there in maybe a bit of a derby, isn't it, between Western Knights and Fremantle. They're pretty close neighbours. So how the table looks now, Bayswater still lead the way on 20 points. Perth Glory sit on 18, Olympic on 17, and Perth Soccer Club round out the top 4 on 15 points. Armadale, with that win, have closed the gap to just 3 points and sit in 5th with, get this, Fremantle, Sorrento, Stirling, Red Star and Knights all on 8 points. It is an absolute slugfest down there. You could throw a blanket over the lot of them. Balcatta sit in the playoff spot on just 7 points, and Florida Athena sit on, they sit 5 points adrift, in fact, on just the 2 draws for the season. So that is how the NPLWA men's season looks currently. A few other results for the Azzurri sides across the weekend. For our 23s men, it was a 1-1 result for Kev Castle's side. Leo Viccioli with the solitary Azzurri goal there. For our 18s men, a big 5-2 win for Amir Zamostagic's side. Harry Surtees, he kept up his great goal-scoring form. He's absolutely on fire at the moment, is Harry, with a brace and singles to Matthias Major, Matthew Palella and Hudson Wright there. So really good work there for our 18s. And finally, of course, our 21s women, of course, had the weekend off due to that cup round in the women's program. So there we have it. Bit of news out of our senior sides. We're going to take a very, very quick break. We'll get into the first of our chats with Captain David Ninkovich. He's going to join us next. David Ninkovich is with us, captain of the NPL men's team. Unfortunately, the boys have suffered their first loss of the season. We'll talk about that and a few other things. But first of all, Diddy, thanks for jumping on, mate.
Thank you for having me.
No worries at all. Mate, captain this year, how's things treating you?
It's pretty good. It's the first time as a captain.
Yeah.
I like that they gave me the responsibility for it, and I'm trying my best to not be how I'd usually be on the pitch, trying to be a bit more professional.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that Kenny moved forward with that with me this year, and I feel like at the moment I'm doing good with it.
Take us a little bit into that relationship, because neither of you are backwards and coming forwards at times. Has it taken a little bit of negotiation here and there?
Me and Kenny are really love-hate relationship. It's a lot of love, but from the side, people think it's a lot of hate. He always says that I remind him of him when he was younger.
Yeah.
Because I don't really listen to coaches, and he knows that. So then him getting through to me, he knows that doesn't really work in a way.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. He's an amazing coach. He's an amazing person, which is what people don't see. I mean, people just see him shout on the lines, but he's actually a lot more than that. He's basically a dad to most of the kids.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's a good relationship. I have a good relationship with him. I can't say honoured, but
Yeah.
I feel honoured that we do have a good relationship.
Just a little bit more on your leadership style. It feels like you are the type that likes to lead by example. You, from the outside looking in, you do all the extra work, everything else like that. Where does that work ethic come from, do you feel?
I always feel like, even since I was a kid, I feel like karma. So the work ethic of just karma is, if I don't put in the work now, it won't come in tomorrow or when it's needed. Like, even with coaches, it's like as a kid, it was always stuck. It's that little 5 meter run that you stop the run. You're just stopping like yourself. He's not doing the runs for you. So that work ethic came in the most for me, just from karma. Like, I have to do it for myself, or then I just feel like
Where do you reckon you picked up that kind of, I guess, those habits from? I mean, is that something?
That's something I would say I picked up mostly in Europe.
Yeah.
Just because the mentality, I mean, here it's a lot different because people have a lot more, I would say, freeness.
Yeah.
But over there you're competing against people that this is their way out. This is all they have. So you just know that when you're going half or 50%, or you don't want to go to that gym session, or you don't want to do the extra, you just know that one person is.
Yep.
And then in my mentality was, I just have to be the best. Not just in a way like as a player, but I need to be the best for myself, where when I sit down at the end of the day, I say like, oh, I'm proud of today. So that was, I would say, where it came from, the most of just like competing against myself.
Yeah. Growing up, mate, take us a little bit through that story, because you're born here in Perth, and then...
So I was born in Perth.
Yep.
Before I left, I actually played for Perth. It was Perth, Italy.
Yep.
It wasn't Perth Soccer Club.
Yep. Perth Italia. Yep.
Perth Italia. So I actually started in Inglewood Soccer Club.
Yep.
Where they didn't want me for the first team.
Sure.
And then I ended up scoring against the like juniors. I don't know, it was like 10, 11, maybe 12 goals. And since then, that's when I figured that like football's what I want to do.
Yep.
And then I was going through academies here, ended up with Perth Soccer Club, and I went on trials I asked my dad to take me to Europe trials because that's what I wanted to do. And we did. We went for I think a few months. When I was 11, we went for a few months and it was a good experience. I went around Belgrade. I went to Greece with a team, and basically that coach, he was a coach at like Red Star in Belgrade, but he had like a academy for kids, and he said, well, to my father, if you want Diddy to make a career or actually like do something with football, he needs to like get out of Perth. So the next year we packed up and moved.
The whole family?
The whole family. My sister stayed, which was by far the hardest thing on me.
Yeah.
So, me and my sister were like, there's an 8-year gap between us, but it wasn't like there was an 8-year gap.
Yeah.
It was like really loving relationship. And I think that changed me a lot as a man, that move, because I didn't see her for about 5-6 years the first time after I moved. So, then I got there, played. But when I got there, I was actually the smallest and the, like, skinniest out of all kids. So the club I did go to ended up not playing me because the coach said I wasn't my, like, my generational size.
Yeah, yeah.
So, that was when I was roughly about 13, 14. I ended up going to another club. And that's when I started going to the gym.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when I started basically sleeping in the gym just because that like killed. Because at the end of the day, when someone tells you you're not good enough because you're not big enough or you're not, which had nothing to do with football, because football level wise, I was competing, but it was just unfortunate. And then that's started getting bigger, started getting fitter, stronger, started performing. And then when I was, I think 15 or 16, I had my first team debut, and it was good. I was kind of they brought me along into another team where the first team I was kind of there just as an add-on. I wasn't really like a signing. They just kind of got me there to train, and then I ended up being the best player for the like as young as under, and then I was one of the best players in the league as first team player at 16 as well. Ended up winning a few cups and stuff. One of the best experience I had in football was in that team, and then from there, just played on. It was good.
So obviously, name like Ninkovich, I'm going to get there and say it was a big Serbian background. Am I right?
Yeah, it was basically ex-Yugoslavia.
Yep. So, I mean, when you went over there, how familiar were you with that culture, though, considering you grew up in WA?
That's actually a really good question, because people would think, you just fit in.
Yeah.
But it was the complete opposite. So I got there and... Did
you speak?
I spoke, but it was as bad as someone that learned. Like my parents would speak it at home and you understand it, but I would always reply in English because you never think you'd need it. So people could understand me, but it was really broken. And my first 6-7 years, like my first 3 years, even in school and everything, I was bullied daily because of it, because it's over there, it's just different mentality. So they didn't really see it as like, I don't know, it was just for them, it was just make fun of him. But look, it made me who I am today. But at least now when it comes to the culture and everything, like, because I was there for so long now, when I do speak to people from that culture, they can't tell that I'm from Australia. I got there at a good time, so yeah.
I'm going to try and pronounce these club names.
Yeah.
Budućnost.
Yeah.
Budućnost.
Yeah, that means...
Dobanovski.
Yeah.
Si, okay, si. Yeah. And Bashka Palanka.
Yeah.
The only Palanka that I ever knew was a alcoholic drink, I think. I think it's actually pronounced Palinka, but anyway. I mean, how did you tell us about those two clubs?
So I actually met a coach through my cousin.
Sure.
In Serbia. So he played football with me. He was younger generation, and he had a coach. I wouldn't know his name now, which is unfortunate because he did help me.
Yeah.
But who did private trainings on the side with a lot of like talented boys. It was a lot of boys I knew from around as well, and we ended up going to those trainings, and that's where he kind of saw me, and I caught his eye, and then they started watching my games, and he got the role to go to Budućnost, which was first league.
Yep.
It was my first, I would say, actual call up that actually happened. Like I had so many people be like, "Oh, we want you. We're going to try and sign you. We're going to talk to you," and it never happened. But he got the job, and I was his first signing.
Sure.
And at first, it was like you go into a different culture. Like I said, like here, people are greeting, but over there, they see you as a threat. Because at the end of the day, they're there to, as I said, get out of there.
Yeah, well, you're there to take someone's job, essentially.
So when you think about it, I'm basically they look at it as food off their plate.
Sure.
So now I'm a 21, 22-year-old that's come in playing midfielder, which you'd say is the heart of the team. And I'm trying to take the position off anyone there. So it was actually pretty hard to fit in. But eventually, after a while, I did. But yeah, that was, I would say, an amazing but also a really bad experience for my life because the stress for points, like, it's just different. Until you, like, worst thing is you don't win points, you don't get money, and they can just do it.
Yeah, right.
And it was like you just have to give your all always, and you got to always be the training. Like I said, the work ethic. There's always someone trying to be better than you.
Yep.
Like even at training, if you're not 100% for a tackle or something, either you break his leg or he breaks yours. But at the end of the day, like you just need to go 100%, which was pretty, I would say, like just full on.
Yeah.
But it was a good experience. And then, but the worst thing is I was going in and out of injuries for that club. So then I ended up leaving to Bachka Palanka. And pre-season, I was doing amazing. I signed, I was playing really good, I was fit. And then my last pre-season game, they ended up breaking 2 of my ribs. Yeah, the centre-back just went straight through me.
Teammate?
Nah,
oh, okay.
the other, because we had a friendly.
Sure.
And long story short, I was doing really good the whole game. And I think he just had enough of me because he wasn't even going at the ball. Yeah, and he broke 2 of my ribs. So at the moment, when he broke them, I didn't know they were broken until, because you're warm, it hurts, but push through. And then I got home, and that's where. And then I was out for 2 months, which is pretty big in the season. Came back, and then it's actually we don't have enough time for it. But it's one of the craziest experiences I've had.
Yeah.
So I came back from an injury on a Wednesday, and we're playing. It's about a 5-hour drive by bus on Saturday. So we have Thursday off. Friday we have like a pre-game training, and we're off. And we're on the bus, and we get there, and I come on like 60th minute, and goalkeeper kicks it out, and a guy goes to like head it over, and I go to head it forward, and he hits me like on the side of the head, and I got concussed. Ended up going in the hospital. That's the story. Like it's a whole. I was there for 2 days because I couldn't leave. It was it was crazy. But other than that, look, it was a good, like all of it is, I look back at when I was there, I hated it and loved it.
Yeah.
But now it's like, it made me into who I am today.
Sure.
But
do you come across many other Aussies there? I'm trying to think. I think Milos Degenek played there for a while.
There's a few.
Obviously.
The only thing is you don't know that they're Aussies.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Usually the Aussies that are there, you're not just going to have like an Australian just go there straight.
Peter Smith.
It's not. You don't find them, but there is quite a few. But most of those Australians are like me. They came there young, and their parents moved, and they're not really like considered, I would say, as full Australian.
Yeah. No, fantastic story, mate. I guess bringing it back to the here and now, unfortunate loss on the weekend to Armadale. First one for the season. I mean, it's not panic stations by anyone's imagination, but slightly disappointing nonetheless.
100%. I mean, it wasn't something we were obviously looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all really ready for another 3 points because we are in the race of the top 4. I mean, those 3 points would have made us a little bit. I think it was 9 points ahead.
It would have been 9 points.
9 points ahead. That would have been, amazing for anyone. But we've got a big game coming this weekend, so we've already forgot about that. I mean, when you go back to actually watch the game, it's not that they beat us; it's we beat us.
Yeah.
And
where do you feel it went wrong?
I think just when it goes to who wanted it more.
Sure.
I would say that they came to the park a little bit more than us. Just
Tough place to go nonetheless.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a real tough place to go. Real working class kind of club.
Yeah, 100%. You just know you go there and that they're going to fight.
Yeah.
And that you know that the pitch is going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can get a pitch that's okay. Sometimes you can get a pitch that's like it was, just mud and football's not there to be played. But as Perth is this season, we're trying to play football, which is a really good thing, I would say. But maybe that was another mistake that we tried to do what we can on circumstances that we couldn't do. But yeah, I think they just came more to the fight, more prepared for those 3 points. I think we came a little bit nonchalant. They did lose a few games. I think this was like, I don't know how many they've won, but I think we just had a little bit too relaxed. I'd say going into it, which is
I guess, give Peter Jacobs half a chance, he's going to knock him away 100%. Every time. So, obviously, there's been a couple of little changes into the side. I talked to Josh Culler last week, but the loss of Curtis Mogg means that basically Sammy Ryak has to slot back in.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
creates a bit more of a hole in the midfield again.
It does, but it's not only that we lost him like for a few games, we actually got the bad news that he needs operation.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
So he's out for a lot longer than we need. I mean, that's a big loss for us, but we need to focus on ourselves. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to keep your head up. You got to go win those games and just show, like I said, now it's opportunity for someone else to take his spot. But yeah, Sammy Ryak's there. He's doing his job at the moment. He's not loving it. I can tell you that. But it's a job at the end of the day. It has to be done.
Yeah.
And we'll see him perform. Hopefully.
Yep.
We'll start sinking in a little bit better. And
Bayswater this week, really tough prospect. I mean, they're by far and away the best team on paper and probably on the park as well. They've just solid just about everywhere. How do you go about, I guess, trying to exploit some of their weaknesses or finding some weaknesses? Without giving too much away, obviously.
The best I can say is the ball's a circle, mate.
Yeah.
So you never know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Never know where it's going to go, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the end of the day, if we just do our jobs, I mean, I don't think we don't have a chance. I think we have a very big chance. So I'm not focused on them. For me, at the end of the day, it's just if you're better than your opponent everywhere on the park, then you'll win. So just the boys are ready. I don't think that we're scared. I don't think it's that type of game. I think we'll still play our football and we just got to be more on park than them because, I mean, they are.
Yeah.
They're first. They're winning. They're playing good. I mean, they're getting the points. So,
how do you take a little bit out of, I guess, the pain of that loss against Armadale and really focus this week?
I think the loss from Armadale actually, I would say is, can't say it's better because obviously you lose points, but it gives you more like motivation to grab these 3 points because you know how much it's needed, especially after losing the 3 points, which wasn't good. But I think it'll be a good push to come out and show that we're still in the fight and that should be where we are. But we'll see.
I guess just more on a personal front, mate, before we let you go, congratulations for your being named in the WA state side.
Thank you.
It's a hell of an accolade. A little bit different to playing a local team. You get to play an international team, which I guess is a bit more exciting.
100%. I mean, I'm proud and honoured to be representing, I guess, Western Australia, even with a fellow teammate, but I'd say they're all teammates. I know most of the boys in the park. So, I was really excited about that. I was honestly not expecting it to that extent because I was injured at the start of the season. I can't say not fit, but I'm getting into being back 100% on the park. So that did, I can't say surprise me, but it surprised me. I mean, I can't say, you know what I'm trying to say. It's like, but I'm very proud and honoured that I can represent Western Australia and play against a big team.
Mate, big night coming on Friday night or maybe tonight by the time people get around to listening to this. But, go and get something to eat, get plenty of rest and good luck.
Thank you, mate. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back to the Perth SC podcast. Big thanks to Lidio Fiore and the team at the Panorama Club and, of course, Camera House in Leederville. Big thanks to David Ninkovich, who joined us before that break. Georgia Cassidy's with us. We all know Georgia, very famous name in WA football. Was here last year and then spent a bit of time doing her thing with the Perth Glory A-League W side. She's back in Azuri Blue, which we are very, very thankful for. Georgia, thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for having me.
No worries at all. Hey, how's things anyway with you?
Yeah, very good. Just finished the season off with Glory and then, jump back into it with her.
It must be said, bit of a injury-ravaged season.
Yeah. I think the whole team was out for a bit.
Yeah.
Bit of players out for a long time and then short time. But yeah, I was out myself for, I think, 8 weeks. So that was a bit.
Take us, what was it exactly?
Quad tear.
Okay.
Yeah, like 12 centimetres or something.
Oh,
Crazy.
that's making my eyes water just thinking about it.
It's crazy. But yeah, I was back in no time. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, happy to be back at Azuri.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
And obviously the club travelling along pretty well at the moment.
Yeah. Going very good.
And playing under Tom. Have you played under Tom before at NTC?
I have, yes.
So how do you get on with Tom?
Very well,
Yeah.
He was the assistant coach for me, I think, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
At NTC, and then, it was good to come back into him. So
Yeah, beautiful. Hey, I did mention it off the top that bit of a disjointed week. Of course, you were due to play at Balcatta, and then it was on, then it was off again. And, I mean, how much does that just throw out the team during the week?
Yeah, I feel like we were all pretty confident to play. We were ready, but yeah, we go again, I guess.
Yeah.
And
I guess it's just another week that you have to make up, though, isn't it? It's
I think
inconveniences.
Yeah, it's very inconvenient, but I think we're doing it again in July or something, so it gives us time to.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Hey, Murdoch Uni Melville this week, not having the greatest of seasons, it must be said, by their standards, and maybe his previous year, sitting right down the bottom. I think they're yet to get off the mark, in fact, but you must be pretty confident going into this one.
Yeah, I think we are. But as Tommy was saying before, we can't go in too confident.
Sure.
Can't underestimate any team. So, yeah, we just got to get our goals up. So.
What are you hoping to bring the side this year? Of course, it is a team that you've played with before, most of the girls, but there is some new faces as well.
Yeah. I just think I just want to bring, consistency, I guess.
Yeah.
Just help them score. Just help them out a little bit.
How important is it from an individual perspective, maybe a little bit of a selfish perspective, to make sure that, you hit your straps running so next time an A-League chance comes around that you're in the shot window?
I don't know. Maybe I think playing a bit more higher up the field.
Yeah.
Like I play as a 6 in Glory. But yeah, scoring some goals won't hurt anyone.
You've got a bit of a long shot on you from time to time, don't you?
Back in my day, yeah.
Back in your day. How old are you? Yeah, cool. Also, you've spent a little bit of time in, I guess, youth Matildas setups and stuff like that. I mean, is that still a goal that you're looking to try and get back into those setups as well?
Yeah, 100%. It'd be good to get another call up to one of the camps, but yeah, just see how we go.
Did you get a bit of time off?
Yeah. Got about 3 weeks off, 3-4 weeks off.
Holiday?
Nah. Oh, I went to Bali.
You went to Bali?
Yeah, that
Typical.
was pretty fun. Yeah. Short and sweet.
Georgia, just finally, what's your goals for the remainder of the NPLW season?
Just to have fun, keep my fitness up, and not lose love for the game, I guess.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for jumping on with us.
You're so welcome.
So there we have it. Big thanks to both of our guests this evening. Just having a little bit of a look ahead is going to be another big weekend. It is going to be another big Friday night. As mentioned, by the time you get around to listening to this, it might even be tonight. So, round up the family. Get down to Dorrien Gardens. It's going to be massive. It is, of course, the Italian derby, the Johnny Birighitti Cup of course, a very, very famous name around these parts, and obviously a name synonymous with both of these clubs. So get down there, 7 p.m. kickoff. It is Perth Soccer Club taking on Bayswater City. Always a big fixture, no matter where each of them are sitting on the table. So get down there, bring your scarf, rug up. It might be a little bit chilly, but it'll certainly be heating up out there on the pitch. That is a 7 p.m. kickoff, as mentioned. On Saturday afternoon, our 18s and 23s men in action, and our senior women's and our 21s women, they are away to Murdoch Uni Melville. That is all happening on Sunday. Senior women kickoff at 3 p.m. So there we go. Wrap things up there. Big thanks once again to Lydia Fiore and the teams at the Panorama Club and Camera House in Leederville. Don't forget, you can grab the podcast each and every week. Hit that subscribe button, give a review, give a rating. Now available on Spotify, Apple and YouTube Music. So enjoy your football this weekend, and come on, the Azuri.